Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
It took a lifetime to find the person you want to marry. Finding the perfect engagement ring is a lot easier. At BlueNile.com, you can find or design the ring you've always dreamed of with help from Blue Nile's jewelry experts who are on hand 24/7 to answer questions, and the ease and convenience of shopping online. For a limited time, get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more with code LISTEN at BlueNile.com. That's $50 off with code LISTEN at BlueNile.com.
Good evening, Gabby. Good evening, TC, and welcome all to our weekly podcast, Eric Currans Football Podcast. Almost like the Curran View. How are you, TC? Steady away?
I'm fine, thank you.
What kind of week have you had, sir?
Yeah, steady away.
Steady away. You've had a steady away. Not a good Sunday. Wednesday usually play well on a Sunday.
Poor game.
Got beat by the odd goal. Wasn't good. I did say, we did talk after the game. I thought the Barry Bannon tackle just about summed up the game. Derbies often are that kind of affair. It was, and it didn't go your way. But what did go your way, TC, was your performance on Sky TV. I thought you was excellent, and you look resplendent in pink, sir.
Yeah, make the girls wink, Gabby, like I told you.
Absolutely, mate. They don't know. They do more than wink when they see you, TC, go by.
They used to when I was younger.
I know you, and you still do, TC. You scrub up well. I thought it was a great performance by you, and there was an awful lot of you on there. It was almost built around the Boxing Day massacre and you talked the commentator through your goal and the goals you made and Mark Smith's penalty. And you are going to be going back to Hillsborough on the 26th, I believe, to do a re-encounter.
Day after Boxing Day.
Yeah, the day after. And reminiscing, taking a walk down memory lane and talking to the Sheffield faithful about that glorious day.
Me and Mark Smith are going to do question and answer.
And Mark's the fella that took the penalty.
Yes.
A left-footed penalty, 4-0. We will be also doing a Boxing Day massacre.
I think he scored 10 or 11 penalties that season, Mark.
It's unbelievable because, I mean, he did have the number 5 on, didn't he? And in old money, the number 5 was the centre half.
Number 4 he wore.
Oh, number 4, okay.
Pickers wore 5.
Yeah.
But he played off the centre half.
Yeah.
He got a cultural left foot. Not a good player, but another one had a bad injury. Don't tell you when you get the bad injuries.
Absolutely. But with all the forward players on the pitch, in them days, and you had a number of forward players and midfield players that were more than capable of a goal or two. How did you all feel like with the defender going up and taking the penalties?
Well, he was the penalty taker before I got there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find it strange.
It's like anything else. Yeah. When you go to football club. I was the penalty taker at Forest when I got injured. John Robinson started to take them.
Yeah, got you.
So it's how it goes. It's just I'm gonna say it's how the cookie crumbles. But once people get on penalties, unless they start missing them, then you're never going to get on them.
Absolutely.
Like I said, he scored 10 goals. Either 10 or 11 penalties that season.
But you would think that the top goal scorer would be on penalties, and more often than not, the top goal scorer doesn't take penalties. It just is mad that a forward, a goal scorer...
Well, Jack was superstitious, so...
Yeah.
I mean, and he's one of them. If he wanted somebody on free kick and somebody else took it, he'd go ballistic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But again, if you look at, say, I remember Ray Stewart, who used to take West Ham United. I don't
Full
remember.
back.
Yeah, absolutely. Right,
Ray,
fullback.
what do you call
Ray
him?
Stewart.
Phil Neal at Liverpool.
Exactly. Two right fullbacks that very rarely missed a penalty. Probably only missed one or two between the pair of them, and would have scored, I don't know, over 50, maybe 60 penalties at least during their career combined. And it just does baffle me that if you're a goal scorer, your job is to score goals, and you would just call rank and take the ball off a defender because it's more goals to your tally and you are paid to score goals. But Mark Smith was the player that scored that penalty amongst a number of others in that season. And I did like, although I haven't posted it, but I did like Chris Wilder's celebrations. I mean, he's a proper football man and a proper fan that manages the club he loves. And I've been very critical of Chris, particularly when they played Villa, and I thought it was an awful Sheffield United performance. But I do like his mannerisms, and I do like the way they're.
He's one of those what can get up the opposition fans' nose, isn't
Absolutely,
he?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but he's passionate. He loves Sheffield United, and you can't blame him for that because that's he's showing the passion for the football club he loves.
100%. See, and it is great that a manager after the game is up there on the microphone giving it a big and well done. You won't see many football managers doing that. So well done.
Well, you've got to be careful as a manager, especially if you've got to be an exceptionally top team like a Manchester City or Liverpool, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because it can always backfire on you.
Well,
personally, I did manage goals, so I never lost my rag that way.
Yeah.
I always kept. But on a football field, I would lose it, but as a manager, I kept more composed. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it can wind people up.
It can do, yeah. And I'm sure it wound an awful lot of Wednesdayites up when I saw those pictures. The video of Chris Wilder celebrating, but I look at it completely impartial and go, well, fair play. At least you're showing that you care and you love the club. And that's always been my stance on Jack Grealish. I must be the only Birmingham City fan that loves Jack Grealish. And I say to all the others, if he was one of you, you'd love him, but he ain't, so you hate him. And for me, there's no division. Football people are football people, and I love them when they wear the heart on the sleeves.
I shouldn't be feeling sorry for Jack Grealish. He's got everything in life that he could ever wish for. Yeah. But even at Manchester City, when the interviewers asking him about him, why is he in the England squad and he's not selected for you? It just, whatever he's done since he's left Villa, it's always been difficult for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Again, I think when you do have the price tag. And it wasn't his fault that he had £100 million price tag around his neck. But when you do, you're almost as though it's a target for the media and football fans, and they instantly dislike you and want to knock you down a peg or two. When I look at people, I think, well, good luck and fair play and well done. And I don't look at price tags. I don't look at anything other than what a player does on the pitch. And I've looked at a few magic moments this week, the Gary Shaw magic moments. What have you sourced for us, TC?
My magic moment was an on-show for Man United.
Garnacho. Yeah,
the Nacho at Man United against Leicester. Absolutely. I know the ball's moved today better than they've ever done, but still a wonderful, wonderful goal. And two goalkeepers are not going to save that.
No, he is a player.
It's funny because they looked a decent team under Van Nistelrooy. Looked a different proposition altogether, didn't they?
They looked a different proposition. You're absolutely right, and I think they were a proposition that played.
They played without
with shackle. Absolutely.
Quick flowing football.
Absolutely, yeah. And sometimes you can have these managers that are too disciplinarian, put too many shackles, put the handbrake on, and the players don't perform.
I've always told you this, Gabby.
You have, yeah.
All players want to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
All players want to play. There's been no such thing as that players don't listen to managers. 99.9% listen to them because of frightened of not being in the team.
Mind you, 8 England players that didn't want to play on this international break we've got. Greece tomorrow, which will be today because it goes out. It goes out every Thursday, the Terry Curran Football Podcast, by Wednesday's favourite son. And then we play on Sunday. Going to talk a little bit more about Sunday further on in the podcast. But 8 players that decided, or their clubs decided, that they're not going to join up. Jack was one of them. But to be honest, from where I'm sitting or standing, I look at pretty much all of them, and they have been carrying injuries, and they are injured. So we should really look at those players.
Gabby, I'll bet you money. Don't fall for that, Gabby.
No, but that is my next question. Oh,
I'm going to say, do not fall for that.
If Thomas Tuchel was the manager,
I'm not saying they haven't got niggles injuries, but if their teams would have been playing this week, they'd have all been fit to play.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is the thing as well. If England were playing in a semi-final, would all those 8 players have pulled out because they're injured? No, of course they wouldn't. So what I would suggest, if I was the head of the FA, and my interpretation of the FA, my opinion of the FA, is that they're spineless, is that they're incompetent, and I don't think they're fit for purpose. But I would have a rule that if you do not turn up to play for England, your country, because you're injured, the next game that your club play, you cannot play in that game. And I would have that in law, in a rule.
By the way, that wouldn't bother them, Gabby.
Well, you just don't play for your club.
Yeah, but you can't stop them playing for your club.
No, but they will play for their club. They won't play for England, but they will play for their club. Yes. And that is what I find infuriating, that they should be playing for the country.
It's not the players, Gabby.
No, it's the clubs.
It's not the players, it's the manager.
Absolutely.
It's the manager. Not the club, it's the manager. I know. I've seen managers say, you're not going this weekend. But now we're playing.
Yeah. So therefore, if I was the FA, I would say to that manager of that football club, he is not available to play in your fixture.
Well, you know as well as I do what they started doing, that they have to be bought.
Yeah, of course they do, yeah.
That's what they usually do. That's what they usually have had to do. But I don't know if they've not reported this time or not.
Mm. And again, I think that it doesn't help having an interim manager. I do feel a little bit sorry for Lee Carsley because it's been put on him. I think that the moment that they had Thomas Tuchel as the England manager, he should be taking these games. And as a consequence, then, those players, I believe, would have been fit for duty and would have reported. But there you go. It's what the FA do best. Bottle things and bugger things up. My magic moments, TC, Middlesbrough. I don't know if you saw the goals from Borough.
Gabby, I've backed them on my coupon.
Yeah.
Last 3 times.
Yeah.
And then they're going to beat somebody else and then go and beat them. Who did they beat?
They got beat by Coventry, didn't they?
Oh, they got beat by Coventry.
And then, they give somebody a stuffing. I can't remember now, too. And certainly give Luton Town a stuffing the weekend. But I looked at the goal action. You can't tell anything by the goal action. But this Finn Azaz, he looks some player. And they look as though they have got a number of players. And I promise you, whenever Middlesbrough are on the telly next, I will be tuning in to watch. Because I watched those goals, the highlights from that game, and I thought they looked absolutely.
He's just getting the full squad back because he's had loads of injuries in for the last season.
Absolutely, and he's had to sell players or get rid of players because they were on loan as well.
I don't like him.
Yeah, well, you identified.
I think he'll be the best English manager of them all.
Well, you said that on the podcast. Maybe, I don't know, 60, 70 podcasts ago. You looked at Michael Carrick, and that's exactly what you said. And you did say exactly the same about Mikel Arteta as well. TC, you're always right. I don't know if Janet agrees with me, but I believe that you're always right, TC. Sammy Smoddick's overhead kick for Ipswich. What a great result at Spurs.
Incredible, wasn't it?
It's mad, isn't it?
What is it with Tottenham?
I don't know. Underbelly.
I mean, it's got everything. It's got a fantastic support. It's got a fantastic stadium now.
Yeah, it's got everything.
They used to play fantastic football, even before Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
In fact, they were the first team to do the double in the country.
Yeah, they were 60.
But it's just that it seems to fall short every time. I mean, when Poch was there, when Leicester won it, Tottenham blew it.
Tottenham lost a 2-horse race.
Absolutely blew it.
By falling at the last furlong. I mean, I think it was at Chelsea as well, wasn't it? Wasn't it Eden Hazard that scored that goal and that pretty much cemented Leicester's championship?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even in a one-horse race, Tottenham will find a way of buggering it up. It's quite incredible. Joe Linton's goal for Newcastle I thought was tremendous at Forest. I mean, what a presence and what a player he is, isn't he, Joe Linton?
I remember Simon Steinrod saying to me, he is absolutely useless, Terry. I said, Simon, he's a very, very good player, playing under instructions for a manager like Benitez. Right? Because Benitez was manager when he was there,
Yeah, Bruce, he was as well.
Right? And then he turned around and he said to me, he said, yeah, you're right, you can play him, can't he? I said, you should know, Simon, what it's all about. When a manager tells you what you got to do, because you want to play, you make sure that you try and play to his orders.
Yeah. Again, we've been through it many times, and I always give the example of Ron Atkinson when he went to watch Laurie play for England, and he says, what was you playing like that for, Laurie? You don't play like that for me. And he says, well, that's the way the gaffer told me to play, and you're absolutely spot on. So if you don't do what the gaffer tells you, you don't, roll his orders out on the pitch, he ain't going to pick you again. Tony Curry had that with Don Reevy. Reevy wanted him to, he done exactly what Reevy done, and ultimately then Reevy never picked him. They beat Switzerland 2-1 away. But, again, you got to play your own game. And unfortunately, Ruud van Nistelrooy allowed the United players to play their own game and got results. Other managers don't. I
mean, we could look at it knowing that he knew he weren't going to get the job.
Yeah.
So he's telling me to go out and play football.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I mean, he's won 2 leagues in Holland. Don't give me Holland's not the Premier League, because at the end of the day, the Premier League, are not getting the great results in the Champions League at this moment in time. So.
Hi, this is Christopher Kimball from Milk Street Radio. I often shop at Whole Foods Market since they sell the kind of food I like. Organic vegetables, a great meat counter, and of course a great staff. For Thanksgiving, Whole Foods offers brine turkeys, as well as a spiral-cut bone-in ham. The Whole Foods Market Bakery has a large assortment of pies, even a vegan pumpkin pie, or grab some brioche and butterflake rolls for the table as well. Or you can ask the Whole Foods team to cater your meal for you, including the bird, the sides, and desserts. Get your holiday party started at Whole Foods Market.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, what the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass f- So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Some of it is a lot of hype by the newspapers.
Of course.
And like with certain players in England, the newspapers hype them up. Or the woke radical left newspaper outlets. Well, they destroy everything in the world if they can. So if they're allowed to do it.
If you're Ruud van Nistelrooy's agent, where are you pitching him for his next job?
Well, it's not the way you picking him; it's where he wants to go. Then can you get him in there?
Yeah.
I think he wants to come and manage in England.
Yeah, I do 100% Premier League.
Yeah.
Where does he go though? Would he be a fit for West Ham? Because I think that Lopetegui really is on a tricky wicket there. I think he's a result or two, adverse result or two from the old tin tack. Would Ruud be great?
You know, the fetch is it Pellegrini?
Yeah, Pellegrini. Yeah, and then have
Pellegrini in, and I thought he'd have been ideal for him.
Yeah,
to take it on to the next level, failed. Had to fetch Moyes back. Or did Sam? Sam
was before.
They got rid of Sam for Pellegrini.
Yeah, Sam was before. Yeah.
And then
Sam, then Moyes, then Pellegrini. Yeah.
You know, and regards what we all think or say about David Moyes, he did well for West Ham.
I think if you're looking at just results and not performances, yeah.
And then he's gone, and then they fetch somebody. You think, right, is this guy going to take him on to the next level? They look absolutely awful at times, and then you see him one week look great, and then you think, oh, are they going to kick on now? But poor, completely poor.
I think it's one step sideways and a few back for West Ham at the moment, but Van Nistelrooy's stock is high at the moment, and you can see a Premier League club that is struggling, and towards Christmas, the nearer it gets towards Christmas, the chairman's arses start to twitch, and the sack race comes very prominent in the Premier League, and I can see Rude getting in there and getting a decent job. But would you put Van Nistelrooy ahead of Potter at the moment with what Graham Potter has done and with his experience here? Yeah.
All day long, because
and simply because he's an elite player, and
Potter's gone there, and I told you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Can he manage big name players?
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Listen, you think coaching. When you got great players. Not about coaching.
No.
Because you've got to put strategies on what can keep them happy.
Yeah.
Right. It's whether you can handle them. And that's the difference.
And a big club needs a big player, and Rude was a big player, and he has proved with a big club he can get big results as well. So watch this space. I think he's nailed on for West Ham just before Christmas. Wissa's second goal for Brentford finally against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I didn't know what
I look at them two. I always say to my two boys, and I say to them, I cannot believe, right? Everybody has got a right to be playing where they are.
Yeah.
Because of the consistency and how they've done it. But I said to my boys, they used to get 4,000 and 5,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 in fourth division when I was a kid, when I was playing football. And I look at them now and I think it's just incredible. I mean, little Bournemouth are playing some terrific football at times. But the guy at Blackburn, Thomas, what's his name?
Thomas Frank at Brentford. Yeah.
I like him. They've just done absolutely terrific.
I like him and Areola. I think they're both great managers, destined for greater things. Again, no disrespect to the sides, Brentford or Brighton or Bournemouth or these sides, but they're not a Man United, a Chelsea, a Liverpool, a Aston Villa. It is a different level, and I think that those managers will go on and will progress. But yeah, whether it was Wissa's strikes, I mean, he dinked it over the goalie superbly. But what I loved was Janet's dummy, and then the way he received the ball and the first time pass through to Wissa. So I thought everything about that, him actually not touching the ball was genius. Got the ball back and then threaded a delightful, delicious pass through. Brilliant.
That's partly because of his genius.
Exactly, yeah.
And his intellectual
magical
sort of football. But without that weight of the pass and the accuracy,
yeah, absolutely,
he does not be able to do it.
No,
that's why it's so important that you have the right weight, and the accuracy of the pass. It's just that vital to win major tournaments and trophies.
Absolutely, too. Sunday, I know today, we're away in Greece. Greece is the word. I do think England are going to go and get something from the game. I think we should get something from the game. And then we're playing the Republic of Ireland at 5 o'clock on Sunday. At 1:30, there's going to be a demonstration. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, T. Are you?
A demonstration, what for?
It's 12:05 demonstration, and it's at Wembley Stadium. And I heard a young lady, Janet Hatchet, today on TalkSport talking with Jim and Simon and explaining everything. I don't like demonstrations at football games. I don't like the politicised. I don't like football being political. I don't like anything other than really a poppy being on show on Remembrance Day. And well done to all the fans and the clubs that done magnificent Remembrance Sunday, tifos, etc. for the fallen. They're the only ones that I would kneel for, by the way. But on Sunday there's going to be a demonstration. I am 100% behind this demonstration.
What's it for?
I'm going to tell you, T. Do you remember a few weeks ago there was a women's game of football and a young girl, a 17-year-old girl, turned round to this player and said, "Are you a man?" And he was. He was a man playing in a women's game of football. She has been suspended now by the FA for questioning whether he's a man. So there's a couple of hashtags, he's a man and are you a man? And that's what the demonstration is. This young lady, Jill Hatchet.
Good.
And
I don't see any. I don't watch talk sport like I used to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't see the news over here because I'm more into what's happening in America. And the reason why I'm into America is because what happens in America happens all over the world. That's why it was vital that Trump got in.
Yeah.
Right? Men should never be playing in any sport.
Yeah.
Women's sports or games or athletics.
Yeah.
Should never, ever, ever. There's a man and there's a woman and there's nothing else. Now, if somebody wants to be gay, that's okay.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Hey guys, 4-time U.S. Soccer Athlete of the Year, Landon Donovan here.
And I'm former U.S. and Premier League star goalkeeper Tim Howard.
And we're here to let you know about our brand new podcast, Unfiltered Soccer.
We'll be providing you with all of our insights into everything happening with the U.S. men's national team as they build towards World Cup 2026 here in North America.
And we'll give you all our thoughts on the latest news from MLS, the English Premier League, international tournaments, La Liga, everything going on in the soccer world and beyond.
And all throughout, Landon and I will be dropping in some of our most memorable stories from both on and off the pitch.
That's right. We'll take you inside the locker rooms, give you all the behind-the-scenes soccer info that you crave. It's our life in soccer, and it's unfiltered.
Subscribe to Unfiltered Soccer on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Make sure you follow us on all your social media platforms at Unfiltered Soccer.
New episodes drop every Tuesday.
If somebody wants to be transgender, that's
even
okay.
If they're gay,
but they should never,
they're
ever
still
be able to
woman
play
or
in
man.
women's sports.
Absolutely, 100%. So she's been suspended by the FA for questioning whether you are a man or he's a man. Now, in my opinion, the Football Association are not fit for purpose. I think the Football Association are an absolute disgrace. Absolutely.
It's going to change.
Absolutely.
It's going to change because Starmer will not stay in power.
No. And the 1205
and
demonstration...
I've voted Labour all my life. I've voted Labour all my life.
Yeah.
I'll never vote them again.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're as worse as what Conservatives was.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say it is a difficult job to be a Prime Minister, but this has all been pre-planned and everything. Right? Illegals and foreigners, were coming into this country, didn't need to be vaccinated, didn't need to wear masks, and they're getting everything God can give them. And we're getting a poor country. We're going to go bankrupt.
I think we already are. My city's bankrupt.
Well, we know Birmingham's bankrupt.
No, I think the rest of the country will be.
Everything is taxed up to the hilt.
Absolutely.
And Cairn has put a hidden tax in, which is going to cost you nearly £40 to even drive in to London. We're already paying for that in first place. But let's get off at politics.
Absolutely. We are. And the demonstration, 12:05, and it's at 1:30 at Wembley Stadium. They've contacted many organisations, media outlets, named former football players. I'm not sure they've had much in the way of correspondence by those people. TalkSport gave them a platform today, and I thought Jean was magnificent in what she said. We are following her and her group, her organisation, on the Terry Currans Football Podcast Twitter site. Facebook, they're not as prominent on Facebook, but they are on Twitter, and we have shared, retweeted things. But I thought she spoke so well today. I've looked at her tweets. She's very passionate. She talks a great talk. Is delivering what she's saying she's going to deliver. We do not want men playing in women's sport. End of. And I think their slogan was something like, men with balls play with your balls. And I think it's absolutely spot on. And it is something, T, that you have been saying, again, for at least 60, 70, 80, maybe even more podcasts.
Since 2016, right? I've been warned, was trying to tell everyone that Trump isn't the bad one. Right?
But in terms
He's
of women,
for the working class people, and what they have done to women's sport, I cannot understand women.
No, you've said
I cannot understand women.
Exactly.
And I am did this because I don't watch TalkSport anymore. I don't listen to it. And I don't like Simon. Right? It's all woke. Gary Lineker. His parents worked on a market stall, had market stalls. Another globalist. Right? I've had enough of this country. I love this country so much. Right? But I've had enough of all woke, and people have to either unite, and we have to stop them, right, and eradicate them from their way of how we live. It's a short time on this earth.
Absolutely.
It's a short time on this earth, and there's more people died from the vaccines than what they have from COVID.
We are never ever going to get the truth, but we are getting truth from Gina Hatchet and through her organisation. And you have said so many times on the podcast, I can't believe women do not stand up for themselves and make representations and sing it out loud that men do not belong in women's sports. And these people are saying that. And the first person I thought of when I was listening to it today was Terry Curran. And she really gave a tremendous... She gave a ballsy performance, TC, on TalkSport, like you gave a ballsy performance every time you put a football kit on. And I absolutely salute both of you. So I'll be looking more at 1:30 at the demonstration than I will when the game kicks off at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Let's talk about and stay on the Gary Lineker scenario. He's not going to be host of Match of the Day for much longer. Who should take over? Who do you think should take over?
Gabby, it's a silly question to ask because you know as well as I do. They're not going to put who we want.
They're going to have box tickers.
It's going to be even more woke. Whoever they put in charge is going to be even more woke. Look at Shearer and Ian Wright. Agree with everything. Just because they're getting paid millions and millions of pounds. This is why I admired Letizia, because he was willing to lose his job.
Wouldn't it be great if Matt Letizia was the host of Match of the Day?
I think Matt's much chance of winning Euros on Friday. What day is it?
It will be Thursday when this comes out now.
More chance as winning Euros on Friday.
And to listen to the rest of this podcast, head on over to www.patreon.com/SRB Media. Thank you.
Hey guys, 4-time U.S. Soccer Athlete of the Year, Landon Donovan here.
And I'm former U.S. and Premier League star goalkeeper Tim Howard.
And we're here to let you know about our brand new podcast, Unfiltered Soccer.
We'll be providing you with all of our insights into everything happening with the U.S. men's national team as they build towards World Cup 2026 here in North America.
And we'll give you all our thoughts on the latest news from MLS, the English Premier League, international tournaments, La Liga, everything going on in the soccer world and beyond.
And all throughout, Landon and I will be dropping in some of our most memorable stories from both on and off the pitch.
That's right. We'll take you inside the locker rooms, give you all the behind-the-scenes soccer info that you crave. It's our life in soccer, and it's unfiltered.
Subscribe to Unfiltered Soccer on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Make sure you follow us on all your social media platforms at Unfiltered Soccer.
New episodes drop every Tuesday.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.